Hello and welcome back to the Patient First Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Bryan Laskin, and as always, I'm excited that you're here. Oh man, I think that we here, Patient First Podcast, Toothapps, and CARES, you'll hear about in a little bit, our new application, are making some big changes in this industry. In fact, I would argue, and I will argue for you today, that we have created a full-fledged movement in dentistry with our registered trademark, Connected Dentistry. We're going to talk about this a bit today, and I mentioned this on my last solo podcast a few months ago. We've not been doing a lot of solo podcasts lately. Going to be doing more upcoming, and we're shifting our podcast to be more focused on really connecting dentistry and Connected Dentistry. We have our new LinkedIn newsletter that's launched, which check that out on LinkedIn. It's the Connected Dentistry newsletter, and it couldn't come at a better time. And I've been thinking about this a lot, thinking about, what is a movement and how do you start a movement? It kind of kicked off with my last book, Dental Disorder, when we talked about how disconnected dentistry is and then we got the registered trademark in Connected Dentistry in relation to a trademark that we have pending for Dentistry 3.0. And there's been a lot of other people in the industry kind of jumping on the bandwagon, right? And so I thought, how do I know? How can I, it's a movement is a vague concept. So how do you know that a movement is real? So I did what, any good nerd would do in the year 2025. And I asked ChatGPT, I said, can you tell when your trademark becomes a movement in an industry? Now, if you're not watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to this, on audio, I am showing screenshots of my ChatGPT session, which that's all I asked. How can you tell when your trademark becomes a movement in an industry? And, I'll be sharing this whole, a link around this podcast. I'll share a link to that'll have the exact verbiage from my ChatGPT session because it's so cool, I think. But what did ChatGPT say about a movement? A trademark, and again, we have the registered trademark for Connected Dentistry, becomes a movement in an industry when it transcends its role as a legal identifier and begins to shape behavior, culture, and perception within a professional community or consumer base. Then it says, here's how you can identify that shift. And it gives 5 points. And I'll show proof, I believe it's proof, that we have legitimately caused a movement of connected dentistry with our registered trademark. So number one, cultural adoption beyond product use. I'm not going to read the whole ChatGPT session because obviously it's, just in brevity's sake, but it says your trademark is no longer just a label. It becomes a shorthand for a belief system or set of values. Signs include industry professionals use the term in presentations, panels, or articles to represent a broader idea. And you'll see more evidence of this in just a little bit, but look at this. This was a webinar that somebody put together, Connected Dentistry, how APIs are transforming data integration for DSOs. Now, we do interoperability, so this is very much in alignment with what we talk about at Toothapps with Connected Dentistry. And this was right after we got the trademark. Obviously I've been talking about it on this podcast. If you're a fan, if you're a listener, you've probably heard about Connected Dentistry. I just didn't realize we probably got the registered trademark, and neither did this company. So I know these people at this company, great people there. I called somebody up and I called up the person that I knew put this together. And I said, hey, just to let you know, Toothapps has the registered trademark in Connected Dentistry. So I'd appreciate if you don't use that term. Now, I don't mind for this podcast, go to this webinar because, that cake is baked, but please don't use this term anymore. And her response was, absolutely, didn't know you had the registered trademark. Makes sense. Thank you for letting me know. Fantastic. And we moved on and, great company doing great work. But this shows, I believe, that, this is a presentation, panel, or article that uses our trademark words, Connected Dentistry. So point number one, check. Number two, unaffiliated advocacy and evangelism. When people or organizations outside your business begin promoting or defending your trademark principles without compensation or direct involvement. Check this one out. This is a my personal LinkedIn page from about a year ago that says, "What is connected dentistry?" Now, it's actually from April 30th of 2024, so about a year ago. What is connected dentistry with the registered trademark? Because we had the trademark for over a year. Then here's a company that I actually did directly work with for 12 years. Also sent them a video all describing connected dentistry and what we're doing at Toothapps because I wanted to work with them. Dentsply Sirona, now in IDS 2025, this is in just March of this year, posted experience the power of connected dentistry. See more of how they use the term connected dentistry, the term that we have a registered trademark on, to make further evidence that we have created a movement, right? So I was a CERAC trainer for over 12 years. This company, Dentsply Sirona, obviously, when I say this says what? People promoting your trademark principles without compensation or direct involvement. No compensation, no direct involvement. I would argue evidence that we have created a full-fledged movement with connected dentistry. Number 3, terminology shifts in the industry, which I think we've actually showcased, but your trademark or the associated language influences industry jargon, standards, or strategic planning. What that means is that new businesses or initiatives identify themselves in relationship to your concept, and also increasing organic interest around your trademark without paid marketing. So, industry jargon, Dentsply Sirona, to showcase innovations in connected dentistry at IDS 2025. So this is from Inside Dental Hygiene Magazine. Industry jargon, as a concept, innovations in connected dentistry. How about organic search? Here's ADAC. If you go into Google as of today and you say ADAC plus, it says ADAC plus connected dentistry. This is organic search based on the words that we have the trademark on, connected dentistry, right? Also, a company I've talked to and said, hey, by the way, I have the registered trademark connected dentistry. So again, proof that we have, I believe, started a movement in the industry. And again, Dentsply Sirona, experience the power of connected dentistry is their new slogan. They've said things like, look, stay tuned for more. I can't remember the exact verbiage, but more evidence on how we're going to support our new slogan, experience the power of connected dentistry. So I would say that we have kicked off a full-fledged movement with the registered trademark that we own at Toothapps, connected dentistry. Imitation and parody. True movements invite both emulation and critique, right? So meaning that they see your influence as dominant enough to challenge. I love that. I love to think that our influence at Toothapps is so dominant that they view it as a challenge. So there's imitation. Now, I don't know if that's going on, but you tell me. Here's the trade show booth. SmileCon from October 24. This is what Toothapps had. We have the amazing Abby, our head of customer success, one of the best people in dentistry, underneath the connected dentistry with the registered trademark in October, right? This trade show. Great. March of this year, here's the Dentsply Sirona booth at IDS saying, experience the power of those two beautiful words, connected dentistry, right? Not enough evidence of the movement that we've created at Toothapps and connected dentistry. How about this one? Here's from those same two meetings, me speaking on the stage at the ADA meeting in New Orleans. Here's what I had to say about the transition from dentistry 2.0 or digital dentistry to dentistry 3.0 and connected dentistry. Again, also have the trademark pending for dentistry 3.0, a term that Dentsply Sirona has also used. Digital dentistry started around the year 2000. But right now, we're moving to a new phase that I call connected dentistry. So, actually called out Dentsply Sirona's product, CERAC, as one of the products that kicked off dentistry 2.0, digital dentistry, then the transition to dentistry 3.0, connected dentistry. And here is what they had to say based on their meeting at IDS in March of 2025, just about 6 months later. It's really about connecting workflows, connecting equipment to advance from digital dentistry So to advance from digital dentistry to connected dentistry. Is that a movement? Is that imitation? I don't know. How about this? This this is the graphics that I used in that presentation you just saw. Dentistry 1.0, analog dentistry 2.0, digital dentistry, dentistry 3.0, connected dentistry that I first started using this on this podcast in January of 2024. And here is Dentsply Sirona's graphic of the 3 eras of modern dentistry. They call them modern dentistry, digital dentistry, and connected dentistry. Very similar to our registered trademark, right? So have we started a movement? I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in below. Reach out to me personally if you'd like to discuss. I think we have. I think our registered trademark, connected dentistry, which is a tagline for Toothapps and has been for about 2 years now. Toothapps is connected dentistry. Have we started a movement? ChatGPT thinks so, and I think so. How about you? Now, we've also started the LinkedIn newsletter for connected dentistry. So make sure to pay attention for the themes of connected dentistry, medical dental connection, connecting practices, connecting the systems through interoperability, connecting workflows, as that guy from Dentsply Sirona said. So pay attention. We're leading the way. There's imitators, but there's only one company that has a trademark that's registered with the USPTO for connected dentistry, and that's right here. It's important. Innovation requires new thinking, new ideas, and protecting those ideas, which we have at Toothapps. And so let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think true innovation is, what truly innovative companies do, and what the connected dentistry movement, how it's going to impact our industry. And of course, I look forward to seeing you right here at the Patient First Podcast next week. Take care.